very proud, not about the what Quovim or what we did as a management team, but it's more on what the people have been doing over the Quovim'ers that I like to call the Quovim'ers, what they've been being able to do over the last 3 months now to make that changes within the organization. So on the technology side, we already had that, so we were already set up. But now suddenly everybody went home and then started to work remotely. Communication increased significantly. So there was few things that were put in place to facilitate those communication. I'm thinking about Scrum meetings that we have on the operation side every morning. Every morning, 8:30, we have about an half an hour Scrum meeting. We haven't missed one. There could be one person missing, but I mean, we haven't missed any of these Scrum meetings. That's one of the things. Personally, I'm doing the Sunday communication, okay, to the team. It's been going on since the beginning. Well, maybe it's not always Sunday, okay? It could be sometimes it's some Monday morning,
early Monday morning,
depending on the day I had on the Sunday. So sometimes the Sunday night I'm a bit too tired, so I prefer to do it in the morning. But it's going back to that weekly communication before we get started with the week, so to just talk about maybe potential issues, some action item, and overall, it's not like, huh?
Yeah. Right. And what's happening, yeah, absolutely.
And what's happening. So that was the one. Another thing. The other one was the beer, the virtual beer. Okay, so we had already that beer event on Friday at the office, but now we converted that almost the second week, I think, if I recall, into a virtual beer event. Most of the time it was it's on the Friday, could happen also on Thursday, and then amazing enough, there's a lot of people that attend every Friday, and it's not only just to say hi, it's to talk for an hour, 2 hours sometime, and people chat about all kind of things. It could be on business, but it could be on personal stuff, and making jokes. So it's kind of amazing. And just the last one we had our record. I think it was about 26 people that participated at once in the beer fair. It's even more popular than they were back at the office. Because I guess the normal thing will be now, even if there's some people going back to the office, we're gonna have one at the office, but in teams, and then we're gonna have everybody from the organization to participate that. So it was something that is building a lot of really good relationship in between the different Quovim'ers, and keep the spirits going on.
A couple of other quick ones would be the focus that we took advantage of this time for the training, right? So that was another big thing. So
that's right, yeah.
The training that we're doing. So we did, we're launching. I mean, it's already underway for a good month or so, but is to focus on this time to take this period that we have where the demands are not as high as they normally are, but things like that, but focus on what employees need in terms of training. So we've allocated a significant amount of time over the summer now, for training for some of the employees. So that's been received very, very well by the employees, and it's allowing them to get new certifications and things like that, which is always important to them. And the other aspect, Pierre, which was one of your initiatives, was the Quovim 2.0. That we were, I know we were both inspired by what we saw out there, and with some thought leaders and everything, is really trying to redefine ourselves, right? So what we're doing there is we're allowing employees to basically work in let's call it like a Dragon's Den style, or Shark Tank style.
That's right.
Competition where they can come up with ideas of how we can redefine ourselves. And again, it's not because things are not going well. Thank God things are going well, but it's really the idea of what else can we be doing today under the new context of what we're in, right? So things like that. So those are initiatives that from a staffing standpoint. Yeah.
And and talking about the staffing, that's right. One thing I forgot. I mean, we didn't lay off anybody. So that's something that we're very proud of. At the moment that we turn it around without affecting anybody's life within Quovim. The people, okay, how they responded very well. Okay, in terms of the human factor, okay, we have employees that had kids. Okay, so obviously they had to face the situation of having the kids at home, okay, for the entire day, where they still had to work and then and do their assignment and with the customer on the sales sides and so on each department. And I believe that the people responded very, very well to that. Okay, but they feel lonely, so that was a challenge for them. So I think that the participation in all kind of those different events we were talking about. We also offered some personal coaching. So some of the people they did it. Okay, they took advantage of that. So to be able to go through the COVID, and as a result, so many months later. But some of them they're anxious to come back to the office, that's for sure, but didn't affect really the ability and what they've been able to do prior to COVID, okay, and as their contribution within COVID. So that's all I can say. That's top notch, A+++ in terms of the way they were able to respond to the situation, to the crisis. Joe, I don't know if there's anything, but
I completely agree. I think the feedback has been unanimous, positive. Obviously, there's some cases that are harder than others in terms of wanting to go back to the office and things like that, due to kids being at home and all that. But for the most part, it's been really, really positive. And I think the funny thing is that we are communicating more this way than we were when we were literally side by side. And there's, like if I look at the meetings I have, I'm speaking with the team members, more than I did before in some cases, right? So the other thing is that I've also noticed that it's caused us to become more efficient. You and I have talked about this before, but it's caused us to be more efficient in the work that we do. So our meetings, I think, are more thorough, right? Meetings are more thorough. They're more to the point. Yeah, there are some aspects we miss the what do they call it? The water cooler just conversations and things like that, or the coffee machine conversations. So we're trying to compensate for that, obviously, with the virtual beer Friday that we did and all those things. And we've got all the chat communications going on. So
yeah, we've got Teams. We've got Teams that we can communicate at any time.
Absolutely. So those are, it's been really positive, I think. And it's shine a new light on how we're going to do things going forward, for sure.